Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You joined me whilst I'm getting ready for the week. I have dropped my daughter off and I've been out for a walk, done some meditation, so I'm just doing my hair and makeup now, and then I will probably sit and no, I thought I would explain what I need to do for this week while I'm getting ready. I was originally planning on doing them separately, but I'm a bit behind today, so I'm going to do them both together. So basically I've had a relatively productive weekend in terms of like ideas and stuff. I was able to do a little bit of research during nap times and things, so I have had quite a productive weekend in that respect, feeling quite sort of excited for the week, but I do have some stuff that I need to finish off. So last week I was editing the pictures of the products that I'd taken, and this week I need to continue editing and then I can upload them. Yesterday, whilst my little girl was not napping, because she is going through a bit of a doesn't want a nap phase, I started to upload some of the products, so I'm going to continue that this morning. I then need to finish editing, and I also need to edit last week's YouTube video today and get that scheduled. But I thought this week I would do a bit more of like a weekly vlog rather than like the last few that I've done is just like a one-off day. So this week I'm doing the full week, so it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's my sort of like working week. It's just far too chaotic to vlog on a day when I have my daughter. And also on those days I don't really get any work done. I'm lucky if I can just spend a little bit of time while she's napping getting stuff done. So yeah, it's not really relevant. But yeah, like I said, the weekend was quite productive. And although I didn't get many of my products uploaded yesterday, it still felt quite productive to get started on it. I'm one of those people where I kind of jump around a bit and I'm trying really hard to just focus in on one thing. So for now, I'm focusing in on my cushions. Then the next thing I want to do is I've got a few ideas for some designs for some throws. I do have some throws on my website already, but I would like to either add more designs or kind of slightly tweak the ones that I already have. So yeah, I need to do that, but I really want to focus on getting my cushions uploaded first rather than jumping around and then ending up not really getting anything done. So yeah, I then also want to get a couple, like at least one more blog post edited this week, and ideally to get one amended. So I had been blogging since like 2020 and I've like brought a load of them over from my old platform onto my new platform. But yeah, I just wanted to amend them, tweak them, and kind of update them now that they're on that like fresher products and things like that. So I need to do that. I am also still struggling with this cold. It's driving me insane because it's been over a week. But I definitely think I'm at the tail end of it now. I really hope I am, because it's just been far too long. So yeah, I've also just realised I'm using the wrong mascara. I'm using my old one, which for some reason is not in the bin. But oh well. I do actually really like this one. Just gonna finish getting ready. I'm gonna do my hair now. And then I'm gonna go and upload my cushion products. I'm like crossing my fingers that I can get that done this morning. It's like 9 o'clock-ish, 20 past 9. So yeah, hopefully I can get that done, and then I can go for a walk, and I will show you what I'm having for lunch this week as well, because it's like a slight variation on last week's lunch. But yeah, I will just do a quick time lapse of me doing my hair because it's really not that interesting. I'm just gonna roughly straighten it just so that it's not as frizzy, and I washed it like just before, like yesterday evening. I didn't dry it, so there's a couple of bits that have gone like a bit skew-iff, so just sort of tidying up those little bits. But I will do a time lapse of that because it's not that interesting. Oh, one thing that I was going to talk to you about is journaling. I listened to a really good podcast last week about journaling. I will link it below, because if you're into journaling at all, or even if you're not and you think you're not because you think of it as being what I thought it was versus what it actually is, you might find it quite interesting to listen to. It's not a long podcast, which is actually quite good. I think it's like 20 minutes. I was trying to listen to it while I was doing things, and then I was ending up like stopping and writing notes because it was so good and I didn't want to forget what he talked about. But basically, my sort of perception of journaling was that it was just about like, so basically, for example, I had started journaling at the beginning of this year, particularly on my work days, just to kind of have some form of like self-reflection, and I don't know, just to kind of like keep myself feeling positive and upbeat. And I'm definitely one of those people that kind of like struggles with like imposter syndrome and just feeling like out of my depth and comparing myself to others. So I wanted to try and really focus on like my positive things. So for example, if I'd had a really productive day, I'd be like, oh, today's been really productive, I've done such and such and such and such, and I feel really proud of myself, and those sorts of things. And it's so airy fairy now when I've listened to that podcast. I'm like, oh, okay, I really did not grasp journaling. Basically he was saying like journaling is more about like just how you're feeling, and then you ask yourself questions like you don't know yourself. He was actually saying that was quite important, that like you need to really delve deep into like these particular emotions and why you feel that way, and then like how can you do something about that, and you like ask yourself a question like you're your own therapist. So yeah, you start off, for example, saying like, how am I feeling today? And then if you say like, I'm feeling anxious because I've got a presentation to do, then you say like, I'm feeling anxious. And then you might say, well, how can you like alleviate that anxiety? What can you do? And it might be, I need to do some breath work, I need to do like a meditation app, like a meditation like, what's the word? Anyway, do some meditation and then practice through my presentation. And then like that will help you feel just a little less like anxious about the situation, and help you go into your presentation feeling more, this is the example he used by the way, go into your presentation feeling more sort of confident in yourself and your abilities, because you've practiced, you know that you know the presentation, you know that you know you're able to do it. But he was really saying like you need to like really delve deep when you're journaling, and it's not necessarily about like, yes, in one sense it's about like what is currently going on in your life, because you could be talking about like current emotions that are coming up, etc. But it can also be about things that like happened in your childhood, and like, you know, how can I overcome those things? Like, I in the past have had a lot of counselling to do with like the inner child and stuff, and I do feel like I definitely need to do some like more journaling around that, because to cut a long story short, I had sort of depression when I was like 18, 19, 20, and I really struggled with that. And there were just a lot of things that went on in like my teens, and then a particular event, which I won't go into in detail, a particular event kind of like tipped me over the edge. And my stepdad, who is a trained counsellor, gave me the analogy of depression. Like, when you're going through things, if we like bottle it up, it's a bit like when you're making wine. So if you just keep putting things in the bottle, and then if you don't know how to make wine, you basically put all of the fruits in and you leave it to ferment, but you need to like release some of the pressure. If not, it kind of explodes everywhere, and then you have this huge mess. And that's a bit like depression is like the huge mess. And, well, not necessarily depression as such, but like, it's hard to explain because it can be quite different for different people. But for me, my depression was because I hadn't dealt with a lot of the individual issues. So then when this particular event happened, it felt like I was dealing with all the issues from my teens at once, even though they weren't, like, some of them were like 8 years before. So he used the kind of like inner child analogy and like the making wine, fermenting, as like a way of like describing how overwhelming it can feel when you don't like continually work on particular things going on in your life. So then he kind of suggested like putting everything in a box, and you can either like close the lid on that box and deal with it another day, or you can like tackle that one box, and then when you've dealt with that particular box, you can say to yourself, right, I can close the lid and I can put a padlock on it, and I know I've got the key. I can bring those things up and deal with them. If it comes up, it's okay if they come up, but it's not like everything all at once. And he definitely doesn't suggest just like putting everything in a box and then hoping that it goes away, because it's essentially the same thing as the wine situation. So anyway, I kind of did all of those sorts of things, and then I just was like, oh right, okay, I'm better now. And then every time I have like, I don't tend to have like depression as such anymore, but I get a lot of anxiety. So I tend to then do things like meditation and all of that, but I don't think I've really truly dealt with like some of the issues in some of the boxes, which then is contributing to my anxiety. I still kind of think of them as like two separate things. Like, the things that caused me to be depressed are like the things in my boxes, and my anxiety is more just like embedded in my personality. But I definitely, like, I've read a lot more over the years about like how your experiences can form like anxiety type of behaviours. And so I've come to realise that maybe I have a few more boxes that I need to add, because there were things that I wouldn't have necessarily said were like causing my depression, but definitely have caused me to have anxiety and be like a worrier. So I would like to use that journaling technique to maybe look at some of the things that are causing my anxiety. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. It's a bit of a long-winded thing, but yeah, if it helps, I will link the podcast down below because it was very useful. But now I am gonna go and upload all of my products, so hopefully by the time this video has gone live they will all be up and might even have some throws as well. We will see. I've just got back from my lunchtime walk and I'm gonna make some lunch. So this week I've got some courgettes, I've got a couple of carrots because we've got loads, it wasn't in my original plan, and then some sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna chop all of those up and roast them together, and then I'm gonna do the same as last week. So I've got some kale, some spinach and some cucumber, but I've also got a bit of red cabbage left over, so I'm going to fry that in with the kale as well. And then again I'll put some chickpeas in the oven, and I'll also put some nuts on the top, just to add in some extra healthy fats, and have it all with balsamic vinegar. So I will show you the final result. that lunch was absolutely delicious. But now I need to get back on with uploading my products. I did make quite a bit of progress this morning, but I've still got so much to do, so I don't think I'm going to have time to edit my other YouTube video today. So I'm just going to focus on getting all of my products, all the images edited and all the products uploaded, because I just want that job done. It's like one of those things that's kind of been hanging over me, but now that I've got like pictures of everything, I just want to get on with it and get it uploaded, and then it will all be uploaded ready for when all of my YouTube videos go live. So I will leave the link in the description box of all the videos for a while, and yeah, and then I can get on with all the other things that I want to get done this week, and then hopefully on Thursday I'll have enough time to start looking at some new products. Like I said, I did quite a bit of research over the weekend, so I'm quite excited about that, and I really want to get my teeth stuck into it. But I'm like forcing myself to be quite rigid around getting jobs properly finished before starting another thing. So yeah, doing that. But yeah, I thought I would keep you up to date. I do also, I'm going to have to finish slightly early tonight. I need to clean the house, it's disgusting. Well, not the whole house, just downstairs. And I need to pop to the shops because we've run out of a couple of things that I need for dinner tonight and tomorrow night. So I want to get those. But yeah, lots to do. Oh, and I also, yeah, I need to clean and I need to do some shopping. And then I need to pick up my daughter, so I'm probably not going to go for an evening walk. The walk around the shop will do, so. But yeah, I will catch up with you again later. So I've finished up my work for today. It's like 3:30, so I need to clean up everywhere and then go to the shops. I didn't manage to get all of my products uploaded, and I didn't even manage to edit all of the pictures. I did make some good progress though, and I've started doing one of the other jobs that I needed to get done as well, so I'm not feeling like downhearted about it. I just have a bit of an issue with some of the editing on my pictures, so I need to try and overcome that somehow. But yeah, I'm done with that for the day. I'm actually finding at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I don't want to finish because I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, but which is like the complete opposite of the last 6 years, well, the last 10 years I would imagine. But yeah, so it's quite refreshing to be like still excited about what I'm doing at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, whereas before I'd just be like counting down to finishing for the day. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off for today, and I will pick up the camera again tomorrow and talk you through all the things that I'm gonna do tomorrow. Night night. It's Wednesday. I've just dropped my daughter off and made a coffee, done a little manifesting meditation, and it is currently raining, so I think I'm going to put my walk on hold for this morning and just go and get on with some work for a bit, because I've got a lot to get done this week. So yeah, I'm just going to go and get on, I think. This morning I'm going to try and finish off something I was doing yesterday, and then I need to have a look at my to-do list actually, because yesterday I just sat down, got started with stuff, and then was like, oh yeah, I wrote a to-do list last week, and I was doing loads of things that weren't even on my to-do list. So then my to-do list like doubled, because I'd kind of created a bit of a to-do list in my head over the weekend. So yeah, I've got a lot to get done. But I'm going to go and have a look at my to-do list now. So I'm just sat at my to-do list, and I've got quite a lot of things to get done. So it's things like taking pictures of the cushions like set out on my bed for like marketing pictures, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to get that done today, because the weather is so grey and miserable that I'm probably not going to get very good lighting in there. Still need to edit some more of my pictures so that I can upload them, so that job is kind of like, I'd say maybe like 60-70% done. I need to do some stuff on some old blog posts, but I also need to finish a blog post, but I can't finish the blog post until I've taken the pictures, so that's going to have to be put on hold. I need to edit my vlog from last week, so I might start with that and just try and get it done. Yeah, there was editing some pictures for my homepage that I was doing yesterday that I want to finish off, and then yeah, it's going to be kind of like, I can't properly get a lot of these jobs like fully ticked off, but I can probably get like bits done for each of these, which is not my favourite way to work. I prefer to, like, if I'm going to do a job, know that I'm going to be able to like start it and finish it and like properly cross it off my list. I'm just one of those people. I will show you my planner. So this is just a planner that I bought a couple of years ago that I just pulled out because there was still loads of empty pages. But like, this is last week, for example. So on Thursday I updated my about me page and things like that. So that's like how I like to work in terms of, yeah, so that's how I like to work in terms of like writing out lists and stuff. I'm not one of those people that kind of works in priority list. I know some people say like, if you get really overwhelmed and anxious about your to-do list, you should do like the biggest things first. I'm the complete opposite. I have to do all the little things that are like manageable and I know I'm going to be able to do. The things that overwhelm me, I need to kind of stew on a bit. So I get all the little jobs done, and then it kind of gives me that sort of rhythm and groove that I can then attack the bigger job. So yeah, there's a couple of other people that I've met that are a bit like me as well. Comment below which one you tend to be, whether you're one of those people who needs to do all the big jobs first and then the little jobs, or little jobs first and then the big jobs. But yeah, I'm just going to start working my way through all of those things. So it is the afternoon and I have been out for a walk, I've had my lunch, and I've just been working on one of my blog posts that I wrote previously, so I've just been editing it, updating it kind of thing, and getting it ready to sort of like relaunch it again. It's kind of my plan to get all of like my old blog posts, all the good ones, there were some really crap ones, but all the good ones uploaded onto my new website. So previously I did have like a WordPress blog which I used to upload information onto, or like blog posts onto. And then when I came up with the idea to create actual products and stuff, and I started my Shopify website, my plan was to bring all of my blog posts over and then sort of close down my WordPress website. So I had kind of very quickly done all of that, but I didn't do it very well. So I'm having to go back, fix all the ones that are on my current website, and then bring over some more from my old website, because there's some good ones that aren't on my current blog that you can view. So I'm trying to work on those, but it's just one of those really tedious jobs that I don't really enjoy doing. Like, I enjoy writing blog posts and I enjoy preparing them and stuff, but when it's like bringing stuff over from like an old platform to a new platform, and the new platform on Shopify is not as like user friendly as WordPress, so things just take a little bit longer, and I'm still kind of getting to grips with it, but we're getting there. I'm also sat in my hat because I went out for a walk at lunchtime and I've just not taken it off. I've not put any makeup on today because I just couldn't be bothered. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, I've literally ticked one thing off my to-do list today, which was to edit a vlog, so that's edited and scheduled. And then I'm just going to do some more of my editing some pictures and uploading some more products, because I'm like I said earlier, maybe like 60% of the way there, so I'd like to get as close to 100% as I can. There was a couple of issues with like the pattern repeat on like the big bolster cushion, so it didn't line up perfectly at the top, so I need to fix that so that I can then upload that. And then yeah, I just need to get through this mega to-do list. Like I said, I've got like one thing. I rewrote, just turn you around. I rewrote my to-do list for today, and yeah, like I said, I've got one thing ticked off. So yeah, like I said, I've ticked one thing off that list today, which I sometimes can feel quite disheartened by when I don't manage to get like things properly ticked off. But I have to remind myself I am still being productive, and a lot of those things, it's just a case of like getting good lighting. And so my husband's working from home tomorrow, so I'll be working downstairs in the dining room, which means I'll have quite good lighting in there, so I might try and get lots of like pictures taken and stuff tomorrow whilst I have the good light, because as you can tell, we don't get good lighting in here. In fact, I'm not even sure you can really see me very well, but hey ho. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to carry on doing that for a couple of hours and then pick up my daughter, and yeah, I don't know if I will check in again today, but if not, I will see you tomorrow. Hello, so it is now Thursday and it's actually lunchtime, so I've just got back from my walk, and I am just about to make some lunch. This morning I had quite a productive morning, getting all of my Pinterest stuff scheduled for the next couple of weeks. And then this afternoon I'm actually going to take some pictures of some of my products. There's some like particular pictures that I wanted to take and to upload the fabrics. I'm there or thereabouts, uploaded all of the cushions now. So that's very good progress. So it's literally, I just want to upload some of the fabrics, which should be a much quicker process than the cushions, but yeah, hopefully I will get all of that finished today, because today is my last sort of working day of the week. But yeah, I'm just gonna have my lunch and then I will show you what I get up to this afternoon.